Hi guys, how are you? Thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your support. If this is the first time you finding this video, kindly subscribe if you feel that it resonates with you or it's entertaining or get to learn, get to grow, get to connect, got whatever. This is the place for you. Okay. Now, in this channel, we'll be talking about various things, as I said, events, things that are happening, my views, your views, all are welcome. Okay, so thank you so much for believing in me. I'll always say that, and thank you for being here. If you haven't subscribed, hello, hello, please subscribe and be part of my community. I'll truly be grateful to you. Now, I'm already 1 minute in. Today I wanted to address the issue of Utumishi girls, the fire that broke in Utumishi girls secondary school. And I've been trying to keep up from that scenario because it is very painful. But today I just felt the need to address it in my own way of thinking or in my own thoughts. Now, I don't know what is happening to the world. I really don't know what is happening, that people are just killing each other just aimlessly. I don't know why what has come to people that they feel they are entitled to somebody else's life. Remember, nobody, you didn't bring anybody to life. Okay, so I don't feel the need or the what is it called? I don't understand why people feel entitled, some kind of entitlement to somebody's life, whichever the situation, whichever the whatever somebody may have done to you. You don't have the right to take that somebody's life. Actually, I usually think like this. If you find yourself having that energy or having that, acting upon those feelings of destroying somebody's life, just know that you are the problem, not the other person. Because we are all wronged by people in different ways, but we don't go around killing and burning with acid and setting fire. If you ever find somebody doing that, don't even ask what did the other person do. No. If you ever find somebody acting in such a way violently towards someone, even if it is a husband, a wife, unapata, you find that nowadays boyfriends are are burning their girlfriends with acid. Girlfriends are burning their husbands with maji ya ugali, maji moto. Wengine ni uji, wengine ni maharagwe. It truly shows you that initially that person was the problem, right? It doesn't matter what the other person did, but no such kind of an act is supposed to even have a reason. It shouldn't even have a reason. Like now, these ladies, they just woke up, poured in any paraffin or is it kerosene, and then they lit it on fire. The funny thing, it's like it was planned. It was planned because they took the mattresses. They actually set the fire from the doorstep. They set the fire from the door, and then they locked the door from outside. So initially, it's like they wanted to kill. They wanted all their colleagues to burn to death. I don't support violence in any form. I've also been wronged by people very deeply, but I've never thought for a moment of being violent. And even though you might have those things of revenge, always ask yourself, if I revenge or if I become violent, then what will happen next? Will it take away the pain that I feel? It never does. It never does. Actually, it destroys you even the more because in this lady's case, in this girl's case, they might end up in prison. So who is to lose? It is them. Yeah, their names will be tarnished for eternity, right? And it's a very sad case. And I don't even know what to talk about, what to say about this case. But I don't know whether these ladies, you just sit down and think, how how do how do girls, how do teenagers, because I believe they were teenagers, how do they sit and plot something like that and go through with it to the end? What, are they mentally ill? Because these are my questions now. Because you have to understand the cause before you understand the action. Are they mentally ill? Do they belong in some form of cult? Are they wired just demonically? Or is it their upbringing that is a problem? Have they been brought up just violent? Are they suffering some kind of trauma? Or, you know, you get to ask yourself a lot of questions, because they say that they burnt it because they set fire because apparently the exam was being rescheduled and they didn't want it rescheduled. Really? So you kill people over an exam. You kill your own colleagues. You set them on fire over an exam. Does it even make sense? I really don't know where life. I don't know. Nowadays, any even a week cannot end in peace. Just a week, it cannot. We are from Claire being burnt by acid. We are shifted to another lady who was burnt with acid. Then we came to another lady, the root or the lady who had root was tattoo, who was set on fire. Then even 2 days are not over. We have Utumishi girls. And the news have been violent. News, we can't stay even 2 days without hearing some violence have taken, and it is gruesome. It is violent that is so. You sit and think. You even fear for your own self. You even fear for your own life. You even fear to date. You even fear to mingle with people because you can never tell. I don't know whether it's only me or we are many, but I feel that, I don't know, people are just becoming unpredictable. I don't know. I really don't know. And what should be done to prevent such kind of attacks? What is it that should be done to prevent such kind of attacks? If it's mental illness, if it's traumas, if it's just a kid who is born bad, because there are those kids, by the way. Generally, we can't blame the parents and just assume that they were brought up bad. No, there are those kids who are just born bad. They are just wired like that. They are born like that, and however much their parents try to discipline them, they are just wired violently. It's just in their nature. It's in their DNA. So God, it's only, I don't know. At this point, even the Bible says you 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 change what you can and leave it to God what you can't change, and you pray for wisdom to know the difference. So I think at this point we just have to give our security, our lives, our sanity, and pray really hard for ourselves, for God to make sure that the people we meet along the way are good people, because you never know who you're meeting. You never know. You really, you truly never know, and it's very sad. It's very sad to think about it in a way that it even makes you fear to mingle with people. It makes you fear to trust people nowadays. It even makes you fear for your own children. Nowadays, a child going to school and not coming back has become the norm. It is when your child comes back now you have to if a child goes outside or goes to school and comes back to you in the evening, you have to be grateful because it's like it's happened like it's a miracle. If you break up with your boyfriend or your girlfriend in good peace and you go or you visit, it's like a miracle. You are grateful for that because nowadays people are just not leaving each other in peace. They have to revenge in a way, and they are very gruesome and very demonic, if I can call it that. It is a very, very sad situation. I remember when I was in secondary school, I saw that video, and I was really bullied in secondary school, and it was really bad. And I was asking myself, what if they did that? Who could I be? What could have happened to me? I was a very intelligent kid, but I was really bullied because I don't know, for whatever reasons. I think it's just life. But I thank God I'm still alive. I'm still here. Seeing those kids run for their life just because of some, I don't know. I don't even know how to call those culprits. I don't know. I think they are just demons in some way because what makes you, they could even have burnt the classrooms, anything, or they could just have vacated everybody and then burn now the dome. But I think this school should have a mental checkup whenever they admit students, and the dorms should be very well organized. They should have at least like 4 exits. I remember the dorm I was staying back in high school. It had 4 exits. It had 3 exits. No, four exits. There was the first, the main door that was being closed from outside and inside. Then there were other doors side by side. And then there was another back door. Now, this back door was also the first and the back door were closed from both outside and inside. But these side doors were closed only from inside. Only from inside. There was no you couldn't lock these side doors from outside. It was only locked from inside. And I'm also wondering, were there no watchmen that they couldn't have noticed there is fire in time and went to unlock the door? Awananga watchmen, because I remember in my time we had Wamasais. They are the ones who are guarding us at night. What was, where were they? Where were the watchmen? In that, don't they have watchmen? Any, this issue, I don't even know what to say, but kindly guys, pray, pray hard for your life because as much as we have been, I don't know, as far as we have been, it's like we're endangered. We are being endangered from left, right, center. Not the government, not now the people we live with, not our friends, not our kids. It's like we are running all over, trying to just stay alive. Oh, so sad. I don't know. Tuombe tu. We are here because God wanted us to be here. And I hope when we leave this earth, it will also be through God's will, not through malice or some kind of evil act, because nobody deserves that. I'm already 15 minutes in. Goodbye, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I'm truly grateful. Have a good day. Bye. Ciao.